we're going to engage now also with Brussels, with the European lawmakers. There's obviously a big action plan on racism that was launched a few months ago as an EU endeavor. And there's a big push for regulating the big tech industry more broadly. And I think those two elements need to be brought together. There needs to be a greater responsibility, and there need to be new solutions. The fact that this can happen in quasi-anonymity is something that simply isn't good enough. Now, there are challenges because these platforms, obviously also in other parts of the world, they require anonymity because they are platforms for social change, for democracy, etc. But there must be ways, and we must explore these ways to hold people who are using them for these kinds of crimes effectively accountable. There's a lot that goes into this. It's how many, managers or coaches do we see on the sidelines who come from minority backgrounds? How many people do we see in boardrooms? What's our gender diversity, which is a very, very similar problem societally? What are the affirmative actions to strengthen our engagement with this problem and really make sure that we're doing better in the future and we're creating pipelines for people? And then there's the on-field, there's the media, there's the social media component. There's so much to it. And I think sports would be better off if we had a consistent action plan that tackles all of this with a positive approach, rather than we're leaning on the athletes continuously to drive the attention, because it's not healthy if the one who's the victim of discrimination is also charged with pointing it out, is also charged with correcting it, and is also charged with creating the pressure for change. I think there's people who are lucky not to face this discrimination, who should be stepping up and lead these issues so that people don't have to endure it and they're no longer responsible for basically protecting themselves.